I am Monica Chakwera, First Lady of the Republic of Malawi. As a nation, we must unite to stop early child marriages and end the cycle of violence within families. These practices not only harm individuals, but also hinder our collective development and progress. Let us create environments where women and girls feel safe and respected, free from any form of harassment or intimidation. Whether at work, school, or any other place, let us ensure that everyone is treated with dignity and equality. If you or someone you know is experiencing gender-based violence, know that help is available. Don't hesitate to reach out for support. You can call 5600 at any time or seek assistance from the Victim Support Unit at your nearest police station.
Luntha TV is now on Zuku Channel 51. You can get yourself a Zuku decoder from the Luntha TV offices in Area 2, Lilongwe, and from all the St. Manford bookshops across the country in Kasungu, Lilongwe, Salima, Dedza, Balaka, Zomba, Mulanje, Blantyre, Chikwawa, Mwanza, and Mangochi. For more information, contact 0883 815 055 or 0996 892 965. Get a Zuku decoder today and not miss daily mass, worship and prayers, news bulletins, and so much more on Luntha TV, bringing wisdom into your home.
Greetings and welcome to our 7:30 news bulletin today, Friday, the 7th of June, 2024. My name is Brennan Manza. First, the headlines.
Pope Francis calls for fraternity as solution to priestly loneliness. Malawi hosts a regional energy regulators meeting to enhance cooperation. In our exclusive report this week, Tandiwe Mzumara digs into the profound impact of frequent industrial actions on the nation's fundamental stability.
We now give you the news in detail. Pope Francis met with participants in the dicastery for the clergy's plenary assembly in the Vatican on Thursday, focusing on three main aspects: the ongoing formation of priests, the promotion of vocations, and the permanent diaconate. He emphasized the importance of priests living within a network of fraternal relationships, stating that they are not meant to journey alone, and expressed his gratitude for the generosity with which the majority of priests work in the face of many difficulties. We have this report from Vatican, read in our studios by Roderick Guani.
The Pope stated that he has often warned against the risks of clericalism and spiritual worldliness, but he is well aware that the vast majority of priests devote themselves with great generosity and faith to the good of the holy people of God, bearing the burden of many laborers and sometimes facing challenging pastoral and spiritual difficulties. The Pope addressed each of the three themes discussed in the plenary, starting from the central issue of formation. He emphasized that this formation must be ongoing, especially in a constantly changing world like the one we live in today. For the Pope, the issue of the loneliness experienced by many priests is of fundamental importance, stressing that this journey is not meant to be made alone, noting that many priests lack the lifeline represented by a sense of belonging. The Holy Father further observed that the decline of vocations to the priestly and consecrated life is one of the great challenges of the people of God. He added that the crisis also affects vocation to marriage, and for this reason, he explained that his recent messages for the World Day of Prayer for Vocations has broadened the focus to include all Christian vocations, particularly the fundamental vocation of discipleship that unites all baptized individuals. Addressing the third theme of plenary, the permanent diaconate, whose specific identity is often questioned today, the Pope invited participants to contribute to the ongoing reflection on this ministry, as recommended by the synthesis report of the first session of the Ordinary General Assembly of the Synod of Bishops last October, focusing especially on the diaconia of charity and service to the poor. To a close by inviting participants to work so that the people of God might have pastors according to the heart of Christ, accompanied by Mary, the model of every vocation.
The Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority MERA has this week held portfolio and subcommittee meetings of the Regional Energy Regulators Association of Southern Africa, RERA, in Lilongwe. The meetings began on Tuesday, the June 4th, and have come to an end today, Friday. RERA's subcommittee chairperson has told us that the meeting aimed at synchronizing policies, legislation standards and regulatory procedures among member states while fostering effective cooperation. Bridget Manoka reports.
The meetings were centered on the economic and technical regulation of electricity, fuel and gas sectors, consumer services, communication, finance, audit, legal and legislative, and human resource concerns within the SADC energy regulatory sector. Skumbuzo Tsabedze, the chairperson of RERA's subcommittee, elaborates that the gathering in Malawi has been critical in offering a forum for comprehensive discussions on recent regulatory and energy sector advancements.
What it has done is to take forward the decisions which were taken by the ministers, in particular the harmonization of the harmonization of the grid code in the region, and secondly, a major decision which the ministers implored that we proceed to do was to make sure that the region continues to be integrated.
Fidina Konje, spokesperson for the Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority MERA, explains that Malawi has had a chance of learning from other countries' experiences in promoting the energy sector.
We are improving as a country. I understand there are more current studies that are reflecting that probably we are at 25% in terms of electricity access. So when you look at that, it means like 75% of the population still doesn't have access to electricity, and this is a concern, even though we are improving. But as MERA, we are committed to creating an environment where we can help attract investors, but also effectively regulate the sector so that those that our licensees are able to conduct their activities, but also that the consumer should also be able to benefit from those activities. So we still have some way to go as a country.
The Regional Electricity Regulators Association of Southern Africa, LERA, formulates guidelines for cross-border electricity trade and investment among its member states, thereby establishing the framework for national regulatory authorities. Among its objectives, the association aims to facilitate an efficient, integrated, harmonized, sustainable, and investment-friendly regional energy market, enhance regulators' capacity, and promote universal access to modern, clean, reliable, quality, and affordable energy services. Over 100 delegates attended the meetings. In addition to Malawi, RELA member regulators hail from Angola, Botswana, Eswatini, Lesotho, Mauritius, Mozambique, Namibia, South Africa, Tanzania, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. Bridget Mwanoka, for Luntha News.
The government of Malawi has reaffirmed its commitment to ensuring that no child in the country is left behind in immunization for a healthier and more resilient nation. Deputy Minister of Health, Halima Daud, has made the remarks today in Lilongwe as he received cold chain equipment from Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, which are aimed at improving storage capacity of all vaccines. Charity Langa reports.
Halima Daudi conveyed appreciation to the Africa CDC for their valuable contribution and assistance in fortifying the nation's healthcare infrastructure, emphasizing that the equipment will significantly augment vaccine distribution capabilities extending to remote and marginalized areas. She underscored the Ministry of Health's focus on leveraging immunization to combat communicable diseases, particularly vaccine-preventable ones. Daudi noted the timely nature of the support, given recent challenges such as the cyclones, the COVID-19 pandemic, polio, and cholera outbreaks in the country.
The country has suffered a lot of setbacks, especially in delivering our health care services, especially in immunization services. So this donation today is going to help us a lot. It's very crucial. It's going to play a very big role in ensuring the safety and the storage of our vaccines. So also we're going to manage to reach the remote areas and also those areas which were that couldn't reach at first.
In his remarks, Dr. Lou Rick, Africa CDC Regional Director, preached to continue supporting health initiatives in the country and improving the well-being of Malawians in harnessing innovations including digitalization, connectivity, addressing climate change health-related impact, among others.
Hand over the life-saving cold chain equipment to the government of Malawi for the people of Malawi to support the API services with those cold chain, to strengthening the API programs, to contribute into the health security agenda of the government of Malawi.
The cold chain equipment from the Africa CDC has been procured through UNICEF with financial support from the MasterCard Foundation through a project called Saving Lives and Livelihoods. The equipment includes 722 vaccine carriers, 6 freezers, 10 vaccine refrigerators, 12 cold boxes, 7 solar-powered refrigerators, and various spare parts. Charity Chilanga, Luntha Television.
The Center for Democracy and Economic Development Initiatives, CEDED, has urged the Public Procurement and Disposal of Assets Authority, PPDA, to revoke the certificates of cattle auctioneers and general dealers and suspend all public auctions pending a thorough vetting. CEDED has further demanded the cancellation of all contracts between this company and government. We have a report by Emmanuel Chuocha.
The the cause comes the following of alleged corruption practices during an auction at Rilongwe Water Board on April 27, 2024, involving the sale of a Hino Roley. In a statement, State Executive Director Sylvester Namiwa stated that PPDA should deregister cardle auctioneers and suspend all its contract due to multiple complaints of corruption malpractices.
What transpired at Rilongwe Water Board was just a tip of an iceberg. It is for this reason that we have written PPDA, one, to consider deregister cardle until they sort out their mess. Secondly, they should cancel all the contracts that were awarded to cardle. Thirdly, they should suspend all public auctions involving the disposal of public assets up until they do vetting of all registered.
Being the highest shareholder, Gamma had not received updates on the two auctions conducted by the company at Reserve Bank of Malawi and Rilongwe Water Board. There was not any immediate comment from any of the concerned parties. For Luntha TV, this is Emmanuel Georgia.
Remember that you're watching our Friday's news bulletin here on Luntha Television, and we are shortly coming up with our exclusive report for this week. This show.
I am Monica Chakwera, First Lady of the Republic of Malawi. As a nation, we must unite to stop early child marriages and end the cycle of violence within families. These practices not only harm individuals, but also hinder our collective development and progress. Let us create environments where women and girls feel safe and respected, free from any form of harassment or intimidation. Whether at work, school, or any other place, let us ensure that everyone is treated with dignity and equality. If you or someone you know is experiencing gender-based violence, know that help is available. Don't hesitate to reach out for support. You can call 5600 at any time or seek assistance from the Victim Support Unit at your nearest police station.
Welcome back, but before we proceed, another look at our main stories.
Pope Francis calls for fraternity as solution to priestly loneliness. Malawi hosts a regional energy regulators meeting to enhance cooperation. In our exclusive report this week, Tandiwe Mzwara digs into the profound impact of frequent industrial actions on the nation's fundamental stability.
Now, moving on, the recurring strikes by civil servants have ignited uneasiness within the nation, signaling an increasing rate. Well, we apologize for that technical fault. And moving on, the recurring strikes by civil servants have ignited uneasiness within the nation, signaling an increasing rift between the government and its workforce. These industrial actions, comprising strikes, protests, and public demonstrations, have disrupted crucial public services, further destabilizing the country's fragile to addressing grievances such as salary increases, allowances, and better working conditions is exacerbating the situation. And in our exclusive report this week, Tandiwe Mzwara digs into the profound impact of frequent industrial
Employees from different sectors, including healthcare, education, and the judiciary, have expressed their dissatisfaction with working conditions, salaries, and access to basic amenities. Following unsuccessful negotiations with the government, healthcare workers under the National Organization of Nurses and Midwives of Malawi, NOM, and the Physician Assistants Union of Malawi, PALM, have known presidents
respond and implement the conciliation agreement.
Unsatisfied with as Director of Immigration and Citizenship Services and advocating for improved working conditions, about 300 immigration department staff across the country threatened to shut down their offices, including airports and land border posts, by June 6, 2024, until government adhered to their request for his firing.
The department has been destroyed. If you look at the state of immigration today, and if you compare it with the time that he found it, a lot of things have gone bad. The issues of passports.
All these strikes follow recent action by judiciary staff seeking higher wages. With these strikes often resulting in significant disruptions in essential public services, it has led to public frustration and mounting pressure on the government to address the issues. According to governance expert Wanda Funkuche, the government's handling of these recurrent labor disputes will play a pivotal role in shaping the stability and economic advancement of the nation.
Certain underlying issues that we have to deal with. This could not be the only labor disputes or demonstrations that we are going to see. If there are unresolved issues, then we are going to see other agencies going for demonstrations. So on the part of government,
and safe working conditions, as well as to a fair...
Because of the huge implications that these strikes might have on people's access to critical services such as health.
The spate of industrial actions is believed to have brought to light deep-rooted problems in the country's labor relations.
We really know that we cannot solve, and we believe that the two unions in the health sector, they have done all the necessary parts of the two unions that they're still alone. And they know they are here to save the citizens of this country.
While some of these disputes in public services have been resolved like the judicial one, the fate of several significant strikes, like...
From the letter that is circulating, issue is that this is an internal issue that is... that will have to be handled internally, and we can't share this information with you as the media.
All I would say from our side is give us more time before we can respond.
When all is said and done, one thing that is for sure is that government's response to these frequent industrial actions will be crucial in determining the stability and economic growth of the country. Failure to address the concerns of civil servants may lead to further unrest and social instability. On the other hand, reaching a compromise with civil servants could help to restore public confidence and improve labor relations. In the end, addressing the present circumstances would necessitate a united effort from both the government and public servants.
That was Tandiwe Nzumara with this week's exclusive report. And moving on, the airport limited has outlined its plans to revamp the department's economy through increased revenue fund. The limited's chief executive officer, Victor Longo, made the remarks when he presented the company's action plan to members of the Parliamentary Committee on Transport on Friday at their headquarters in Lilongwe. He said the company wants to earn more funds for its operations through building infrastructure that will help generate income than before. Hilbert Katanda reports.
The members have been inspecting government departments and ministries to appreciate the works related to transport in the country. Lungu said the department will construct an airport city that will include a university and a hotel, the airports in the country.
Assist passengers in terms of like when we have the rents, provide a good shed, but also facelift the airport. So this pilot project is ongoing. We are looking at 18 months from now that it should be done. It will be financed through public sector investment program. And also we are earmarking to contribute towards the retention fees that we'll be having from the passengers that are paid.
The committee's chairperson, Enoch Pale, said they look forward to the outlined projects by the limited.
As we go forward, make Malawi and also reviving most of our domestic aircraft. We're taught that they are under care of ATL, and we are happy that we have at least gone through their plans. They've got very ambitious plans. One, to make sure that all our domestic airdrops, which are airports, are well revived, and the land that has been encouraged is protected.
Airport Developments Limited, wholly owned by the Malawi government, operates as a commercial parastatal under the 1977 Companies Act. The company is mandated to manage and develop aerodromes, infrastructure, manage estates and land property, conduct aviation research and development and innovations, provide financial management services to sustain operations of the institution, and undertake general business trading to promote and enhance aviation-related economic activities.
And finally, in other news, South Africa's African National Congress, ANC, will invite other political parties to form a government of national unity, its leader, President Cyril Ramaphosa, has said. It comes after last week's election in which the ANC lost its majority for the first time since the end of the racist system of apartheid 30 years ago. According to BBC, Ramaphosa called for a national dialogue to help rebuild social cohesion after toxic and divisive election campaign. Political parties have just over a week to form a government before Parliament convenes to elect the president. Under South Africa's proportional representation system, for a government to have a guaranteed majority, it would need to be formed of parties which together got more than 50% of the vote. The ANC took a 40% share, with the centre-right Democratic Alliance (DA) getting 22%. The MK party of former President Jacob Zuma won 15%, and the Radical Economic Freedom Fighters (EFF) 9%. Well, on that note, we have also come to the end of our news bulletin today, Friday, the 7th of June, 2024. As we go, another look at our main stories.
Pope Francis calls for fraternity as solution to priestly loneliness. Malawi hosts a regional energy regulators meeting to enhance cooperation. In our exclusive report this week, Thandiwe Mzwar digs into the profound impact of frequent industrial actions on the nation's fundamental stability.
You have been with me, Bernard Manza. Thank you so much for being there, and on behalf of the rest of us here at Luntha Television, I'm wishing you a blessed weekend.